costs, we don't just roll the fees into the loan. We actually pay them for you. So start paying less for your mortgage. Even if your rate's in the 4s, let Private Plus show you your options to lower your payment and save you money. Call Private Plus Mortgage today, 888-220-6200. Refi or purchase, 888-220-6200.
Private Bank of Buckhead, 3 Piedmont Center, Atlanta, Georgia, 30305. Actual terms may vary. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, and MLS number 758-195. Call toll-free for credit costs and terms.
From Wall Street to Washington, Larry Kudlow.
I tell you what, if we get new economic policies, if we get new freedoms, if we start to reward success, if we get a White House that says, I want you, American business, to take a rip at the ball, I got your back, then this country will come back.
The Larry Kudlow Show, Saturday mornings at 10, where New York comes to talk. 77 WABC.
Geraldo here, and today I'm telling you about 77 WABC's third annual Auto and Fall Family Festival at Overpeck Park in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, Saturday, October 24th, from 11 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. It'll be a day of fun for the whole family. We'll have everything related to cars and fall activities, including pumpkin carving, hay rides, food, prizes, and more. Love your ride? Show it off for a chance to take home the grand prize. Find all the details and register your car in our auto show at WABCRadio.com.
77 WABC.
The following program does not necessarily reflect the views of WABC Radio.
Hey girl, what's up? I know, it's 1 a.m., so what are we doing? Oh yeah, let's totally go to that place. I love that place. Wait a minute. What is that? No, shut up for a second. There's like a light in the sky or a bird or something. Oh no. Oh my god, it's getting closer. Oh my god, it's gonna hit me. Ah! It's an angel. Really? Oh my god, it's Frankie Russo. Yep, it's Frankie. I know, I thought he was a janitor at the local boxing gym too.
I guess you're half right. What's up, girl? Oh no, I did it again. I messed up my coordinate system.
Hey guys, it's the Frankie Russo Show, and here's Frankie.
How you doing out there? How you doing? Welcome to RussoNation.tv, home of America's Team.today. And guess what? This is yours truly, Frankie Russo. Woo! Got a great show for you tonight. Great show. Special shout out. We lost a great Yankee icon and legend, Yogi Berra. What a guy. Unbelievable. It ain't over till it's over. He was a 13-time World Series champion, and he's a 3-time AL MVP. Major shout out, Yogi Berra, Yankee legend. That's what I'm talking about. 800-848-9222. Social media. I'm on Twitter, Frankie Russo 1. Facebook, Frankie Russo 443. I'm live. Send me a shout out, a message, or what you're thinking live. You know what I'm saying? I'll send it out live. That's what I'm talking about. 800-848-9222. And as you know, I'm live with an internet stream. Go to Facebook.com/Frankie Russo Show and check me out live over here at 77 WABC. You got it. You better believe it. Frankie Russo video YouTube channel. I got a lot of shows on there. We're going on our 83rd show. You got to tell your friends. In addition, a new Frankie Russo initiative. Join America's team and get a t-shirt. Absolutely. Now remember, America's team's evolving. I'm doing some interesting things. I'm putting some things together with America's team. It's going to have a mission. Not to get the cat out of the bag too soon. Just so everybody knows, it's going to have something to do with the men and women of the United States Armed Forces. Okay? So I'm telling you, I'm gonna, with the grace of God, I could talk about it more next week. But you gotta join America's team and get a T-shirt with 77 WABC's Love Me Hate Me Kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo. Discounted membership fees with T-shirts. Discounted merchandise and events with interesting news and updates. Join America's team with 77 WABC's Frankie Russo. That's what I'm talking about. Brooklyn Tea Party. We had a meeting this Sunday. Our next meeting is November 1st. A GOP debate party and a Brooklyn Tea Party hard copy handout of the Constitution will be there as well. So we're going to give out the hard copy of the Constitution. And then Sunday, November 15th, the Tea Party's going to have a constitutional vote. Constitutional vote. A vote on the Constitution. It's going to be a secret ballot. Locations. The location of those meetings will be announced next week. And then, I got the Frankie Russo Prep Show. I just finished the Frankie Russo Show number 83. You got to check it out on Ustream and YouTube as well. The YouTube channel is Frankie Russo Video. Before I kick to some calls, I just found this interesting article, and I was talking about it on the pre-show. It's by the National Review article by David French. And he poses these questions. I couldn't have asked these questions any better. These are great questions. At this point in time, it's truly difficult, I'm reading right from the article, to pinpoint the Obama administration's worst foreign policy debacle. Was it transforming the Western Alliance into the aerial strike force for a band of jihadists in Libya, only to watch them turn on us and kill our ambassador and 3 other brave Americans? Or was it agreeing to a deal with Iran that grants the world's largest terrorist state $150 billion stimulus, access to international arms markets, access to ballistic missile technology, and a continued path to developing nuclear weapons? Or was it embracing Egypt's Muslim Brotherhood government and sending it free F-16 fighter jets while stopping arms shipments with an allied Egyptian government when an allied Egyptian government deposed the Brotherhood? Or was it the fake declaration of a red line in Syria followed by a half-hearted attempt at enforcement that would have led to American airstrikes to aid Al-Qaeda? Or how about the ineffective air campaign against ISIS, where intelligence analysts have been caught cooking the books to cover up failure? What do you think? 800-848-9222. Those questions were posed by the National Review, David French. 800-848-9222. We're going to kick to some calls now. I'm going to go to Petey in Great Neck. What's poppin', Petey?
Frankie, how are you?
Beautiful, my brother. How are you?
Good. Best show in town.
Thank you, my brother.
Listen, I just want to talk about John Boehner. What a traitor. Him and the rest of them.
Wow.
Wow. I'm glad he's stepping down. All right. And I'm not crazy about this McCarthy guy either. He should step down too. We should get somebody that's strong enough to lead the people of the United States. But I figured this out, Frankie. We've been taken over a long time ago by probably, the bankers. The Rothschilds been around for hundreds of years, controlling the centralized banking. And in our Constitution, the founding fathers knew gold and silver, was supposed to be the real money. The real money that was supposed to be backed by the dollar. They knew this. It fell apart when we had the Revolutionary War with England, and they knew, that just printed money would not work. It has to be backed by something. And it's a shame that our politicians are all corrupt and controlled by these people in the scenes. Our Federal Reserve, we can't audit them.
Oh my God, the Federal Reserve.
We don't know. We don't know if we have gold or not.
Well,
left in our
what are we
Fort
on?
Knox.
We were
never
on
audited.
gold. I'm sorry, Pete, but we were on gold standard up to the 70s. I think under
Yes,
Nixon.
we
it
were.
was,
Nixon took us off
Right.
because that we didn't have the gold. Okay, because they probably cleaned out. Who knows? They didn't have enough gold. We don't know because we didn't audit. We haven't had an audit of the to the Federal Reserve to open up the vaults and check the gold. We only did it one time in 1960, and you know what? They showed like maybe a quarter of the room out of so many rooms.
Well,
so how do we know it's not even spray painted?
Well,
you know?
Petey, in all due respect, I agree with you. You know, it's amazing to me. Like, and I say this all the time. If you take $100 and you put it into the bank, there's zero interest rates.
Right, but how about the bank? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I believe that, you know, like you're talking about with the way the Fed is going and everything. You know, quite frankly, the Fed, unfortunately, you know, Janet Yellen's, you know, she stands there with a straight face. She reminds me of Hillary Clinton. She stands there with a straight face and talks about the economy, and she says, quite frankly, that the economy, you know, we have a strong economy, and you know,
Right.
you look at all of the economic indicators. I don't, you know, I'm not an expert. I listen to everybody. I follow the stock market every day, and you know, I believe that, you know, we're in a very bad position right now, and I believe that the global debt, the global debt is like, you know, 200 trillion. So something's going to get us over here with this economy, quite frankly, and
Frankie,
you know, I think it's a big problem.
I'm praying though that, you know, I mean, I don't want to sound like a downer, but it's so depressing. I mean, once you start knowing all these things, you wish you never even looked into it because it changes you forever as a person. And you know what? I don't even know if I want to talk about it anymore. But you know, there's got to be better things to talk about. But it's a real disgrace where our politicians have sold their souls to the devil and to whoever controls the money. And now I know for sure, Nathan Rothschild said, whoever controls the money controls the policy and the law. So there you go. That was when Napoleon, in the Napoleon days.
Well, my brother, absolutely. And as we know, the greatest threat to our way of life, besides the radical Islamists, you know, a wealthy Iran with nuclear capability, is the collapse of this you know, great economy,
sure,
and the collapse of the United States dollar. I think, because
sure,
it's my understanding. Basically, I'm not an economist. It's my understanding that this collapse, that's what I believe, based on all the statistically significant data that I've looked at from all these various experts.
Frankie,
We're within that period where this thing could collapse. And we're looking at hyperinflation because of all the money that's already been infused into the system. So we're looking at hyperinflation, where we're looking at where milk could be like $20 and bread could be $25.
Right.
This
And
is
we
like,
never
you know, Great
experienced
Depression type of thing, you know?
Right. One other thing real quick. I listened to another show. Well, he's a Marine. Pete Santelli's his name.
Nice.
There's a Marine from Michigan, and he's fed up. So he's calling out the senator from Michigan. He wants to arrest her. He has a militia. Then they say, "Oh, the militia's so bad." But meanwhile, they're the only ones withholding the law. This was an unconstitutional vote that they never had with this Iran deal. And I think all of the people that voted for it, all the politicians, should be arrested.
Well,
That's unconstitutional. That's my last word.
Great point, my brother. Thank you for the call. Petey from Great Neck. This is the Frankie Russo Show. You got to join America's team and get a T-shirt with 77 WABC's Love Me Hate Me Kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo. Discounted membership fees with T-shirts. Discounted merchandise and events with interesting news and updates. Join America's team with 77 WABC's Love Me Hate Me Kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo. Call now, 800-848-9222. I just got a tweet from George Rock. He says, man, rest in peace, Yogi. Yogi was a World War II vet as well. I mentioned that he was a 13-time World Series champion, 3-time AL MVP, and in addition, he was a World War II vet. That's what I'm talking about. 800-848-9222. And Robert J. says, "You're killing me, Frankie Russo. The women of the armed forces." That's what I'm talking about. We're going to kick to some calls again. We're going to go to Byron from Rockaway. What's poppin', Byron?
Frank, thank you. You're a good soul, Frank. You're on the right track.
We're trying, my brother.
I hear you. And listen, Yogi, he came to the theaters I used to go to as a kid. A great soul, a good soul. Frank, some years back, months back, rather, you pondered whether there were any JFK Democrats, conservative Democrats.
I did.
Out there.
That's a great point.
Yes, Frank, there are. They're coming over to your team. Frank, I am one of many.
Wow.
And we have been in the day. We know what was, what is, and what greatness can be. So, you see, the Democratic Party has become a party of buy a lie, sell a lie. That's their banner. And it's unacceptable. I want a party that waves a banner that reads, George Washington and God we trust. So, you know, I'd be interested in what banners your listeners have, what they want to wave. And a real quick shout, Frank, you're going to like this. A quick shout out, a micro shout out to Al Jazeera Al Gore. He's under the weather, you see. That deal, that network deal he made.
With Current TV, crazy deal.
Yeah, I understand.
Why am I not shocked?
Right. He didn't get the money. That's my understanding. He's got a lawsuit. So I'm saying to Al Gore, Al Jazeera Al, don't worry, Al. It'll be there in the future for you. We got it in a lockbox. Frank, God bless you. I'll be in touch. I'll be at meetings. We're with you.
God bless you, my brother. Thank you for the call. 800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. Before we kick to some calls, I just want to go. The gentleman from Great Neck, he mentioned about a bill. It's called the Corker Bill. Now, just to give everybody a little rundown on the Corker Bill, according to all the experts that I've checked into all these articles from the Washington Post, the National Review, and from constitutional scholars, legal scholars, the bill is a problem for many reasons. One of the reasons was that if this thing was supposedly submitted as a treaty, Obama would have to get 67 votes. And that's according to Tom Cotton, the freshman senator, because he was the only gentleman. The vote went down on the Corker Bill 99-1. So I'm like, I'm thinking that since this is from the Republicans, I'm thinking that they're doing the right thing and they're, going to try to block this thing. Well, according to all the experts, they did the opposite. It's my understanding. Because what the Congress did, this Corker Bill turned this whole thing in the other direction. It allows Obama to lift sanctions on Iran, and the Congress would need 2/3 of vote within 30 days, which they're not going to get. So the president's actions are allowed to stand. So in order for this to happen, in order for this to be turned around, the Congress actually needs a 2/3 vote to stop him from acting. So in essence, this whole situation went from a 67 vote if this thing was admitted as a treaty to basically 34 votes. So it made this thing a lot easier because the 34 votes to filibuster to override the veto that Obama would have made. So this is like, this Corker Bill made it easier. So I don't know. I was really blown away by the whole thing when I was looking through all the documentation on the data on this bill. So it's really, crazy that to think that, 99 senators voted in favor of making it easier for Obama to get this whatever this thing is, this deal, this Iranian nuke deal through. So it's crazy, And Tom Cotton, freshman senator, only guy that voted against it. And, that guy's always on point. He's the gentleman that wrote the letter for 47 senators. And with 47 senators against the Iranian nuke deal from the Jump Street. So this guy, Tom Cotton, he's a freshman senator from the United States from the United States Senate of Arkansas. And it's pretty interesting. I find it hard to believe when people come to me and they tell me, Tom Cruise voted for it, Rand Paul voted for it, and the other cat, Marco Rubio voted for it, Lindsey Graham voted for it. All these people voted for it. And in essence, they're telling us one thing and they're doing another thing. It's crazy stuff. 800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. You got to join America's team and get a T-shirt with 77 WABC's Love Me Hate Me Kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo. Discounted membership fees with T-shirts. Discounted merchandise and events with interesting news and updates. Join America's team with 77 WABC's Frankie Russo. We're going to kick to Chris from New Jersey. What's poppin', Chris?
Okay. We got this John Bonner guy, right?
Right.
I want, if Trump ever gets in there, hopefully he gets in there, right? He's not on either side for the most part, even though he's Republican, okay? I want drug testing going on. I want drug testing in the Senate. I want drug testing in Congress. What is up with this man? If this guy isn't mentally ill, he's either on drugs or something's up with this guy, right? What's up with all this crying? I could understand. Right? Now, the guy's in a suit, okay? Put on a baby bonnet and be done with it, all right? Because he's a blubbering idiot. You gotta be kidding me. There's something wrong here. I mean, you got Barry Bonds, they're all over A-Rod. How come these people aren't drug tested?
I like A-Rod, man.
No, the point is, if I get cut at work and I go to hospital, I get a drug test. Okay? Why aren't these people drug tested? There's something wrong with them. I think we'll throw half of them out of office.
Well, Chris, quite frankly, I agree with you, and it goes to the situation because I believe that they should be vetted.
Oh yeah, well,
I believe they should be vetted for Article 2, Section 1. We should just open up Senate Resolution 511. I say it every week.
Well, how the hell did they pick this guy Bonner? Is he the first one that fell off the bar stool and they said that's the man?
Quite frankly, I guess you're right. I mean, I don't know.
You know, there's a thing, right? There's a thing called a Nuke 5. And I was wondering if he put that on his resume and they thought he was a nuclear expert. Nuke 5, right, is an adult pacifier. And I'm wondering if he put that on his resume and they thought he was a nuclear expert.
Hey, it would be amazing if Trey Gowdy ever took over the House. It would be unbelievable.
Yeah, they're crying over here, too. Everybody's crying. Yeah.
So what do you think about the Pope, man? The Pope is in town. What do you think?
Oh, the poop on the Pope?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know. He is like the holy blabbermouth.
My brother, I'm a Eucharistic minister in church, and I'm a man of God. I love Christ, and
Yes, but
I'm not down with this Pope. This Pope, to me, he's too liberal for me. He should have what I believe his focus should have been on the funding of Planned Parenthood. Quite frankly, when you got these abortions and they're taking the body parts of these babies, it's crazy stuff.
In USA Today, right, they had a full-page ad this past week, right, on people criticizing them. There was some group, and they had some sort of slabs on there and everything, a full-pager, right? And it was saying he's the fault of global warming because he's against contraception and the population increase is his fault. And they were asking for donations. It was a full-pager. I was laughing. I was like, this is a riot.
It's crazy, my brother, quite frankly, because, I'm a Christian man. I'm a Catholic Christian dude, and I love Christ, and I people don't realize about Christianity, Catholicism, whatever you want to call it.
Well, that's
people don't realize.
He's going out of his area. That's not his job to do that. Because when he starts talking about all these political things. I mean, he's supposed to have a connection, some sort of direct line to God. Apparently, he's on hold. something's going on here.
Well, I don't know, quite
why
frankly,
he's speaking.
but I'm not down with this Pope. I'm not. He's no John Paul II, that's for sure.
No, absolutely not. But he's going with this global warming and telling us that we should, us and other nations, to take in as many refugees as possible. They've been doing that for years and everything. Why take them all in Italy? They're all freaking out, all the people coming over there. If I'm not mistaken, I read something in the paper that they were like taking over Sicily. These boats are coming in, and they're. I mean,
the refugees. I mean, it's my understanding we have more people from foreign countries than the entire European Union, according to the Washington Free Beacon publication. So I mean, it's crazy. I'm down with you, my brother. And the Pope situation. Everybody says, well, that's Catholicism, and the Pope is a tremendous figure. He is.
Yeah.
But I'm not down with this guy. I'm just not.
Yeah, he should be with his topic and not start straying off into government how they act.
Absolutely, Chris.
Because it's a big world,
Absolutely, Chris.
Can I switch just 1 second to this? Like when you were talking about Yellen and the economics, right?
Go ahead.
Which is something weird, right?
Absolutely. Make it quick, my brother.
With her, she's an academic with macroeconomics,
right?
And this nitwit years ago, she's quoted as saying that all this real estate stuff with like putting $1,000 down for a $400,000 home, this nonsense. She was saying that, we could handle it. I mean, she knew it was a loser, but she was like, we can handle the finance of the losses. So she knew it was a scam, and now we got her in office. And I mean, you back off, right? And you sit there and say, this woman's name is Yellen, right? Now, right off the bat, I mean, do you want her, all right? Or do you have the Minister of Finance in Taiwan? You know the Minister of Finance of Taiwan, his name is Cha-Ching?
Is that for real? Is that for real?
This is the guy that, as soon as you see it on the resume, it's like, when can you start? You know what I mean?
Unbelievable.
His name's Cha-Ching. I mean, you got to be kidding me. I was laughing. You got to be kidding. And we have Yellen in here. She's another college academic, same as the president. I mean, never really did anything except been in college and teach the books. But she's, like you're saying, we got a problem here, and hopefully it doesn't come to a serious head. Hopefully you're wrong.
Well, I think I'm statistically significantly right. I think, obviously, if it's a crash because we just don't know. But I believe that this time frame from October from September to October, I think it's a problem. I really do.
Yeah, it definitely could be.
Chris, thank you for the call, my brother.
I just want to mention
Let me move, Chris. Let me move a little bit.
I just want to mention the WABC that they got to give you more time because you are an excellent show.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for the call. Thank you so much. 800-848-9222. We got to join America's team and get a T-shirt with 77 WABC's Love Me, Hate Me Kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo. Discounted merchandise and events. Discounted membership fees with T-shirts. With interesting news and updates, join America's team with 77 WABC's Frankie Russo. Before I go to calls, I just want to say, talking about the Pope, I feel bad saying that I'm not down with the Pope, because I'm really not. I'm a Eucharistic minister at Mary Queen of Heaven Church in Brooklyn, okay? I go to church every Saturday night, half exhausted, half shangada from this meeting. So I go into the thing, and, to me, what makes Catholicism, Catholic Christian faith, what it is, it's not the Pope, not the cardinals, not the priests. We know what the priests did, the crazy stuff that went on with the priests. It's an honorable vocation, but quite frankly, I don't know why women can't administer the sacraments. I don't know why women can't be priests, and that's just obviously another discussion. But to me, what people miss about the Catholic faith, Catholic Christianity, is the mass, is the celebration of the sacrifice of Jesus Christ in my world. Because when you go to church, and the priest who basically reenacts the last Passover, the Last Supper of Jesus Christ, the sacrifice of Jesus Christ, and I'm paraphrasing, he turns to the congregation and raises the bread and the wine and says, this is the body and blood of Jesus Christ. and the parishioners go, amen. In my world, that becomes the body and blood of Jesus, based on the fact that through our actions and our thoughts, with the grace of God, we change reality, and we've changed reality from the bread and the wine to it becomes the body and blood of Jesus. And that's done, that whole celebration is done in every tabernacle throughout the world. So to me, that's the essence of the Catholic Christian faith. And, all these other things with the popes and the politics of the church and all this other stuff just doesn't jive with Frankie Russo, just to keep it real with you. 800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. I'm going to kick to Francis in Corona. What's poppin', Francis?
Hillary, that's all we hear. She should be locked in a pillory for at least a year. Others went to jail for doing far less. I'm voting Republican to get the best. One day she's left, another she's centrist. Her husband's the reason banks no longer give interest. Caught in lies, while she did devise crafty gerrymanders. Heard now bemoaning the rise of Bernie Sanders. We can only guess if she'll confess as to what documents she's hiding. Could this mark the entrance of Joe Biden? Either way, Democrats must pay for the disaster of Bam's 2 terms. Expose her past and hear the gasp from her fans. My God, so many cans of worms. Now we come to Donald, who's against legal crack, but claims he wasn't hitting about menstruation, and he wants his money back from the Clinton Foundation. Frankie, one little side.
You wrote that? You wrote that?
Oh yeah, I could have one for you. I could have one for you in 2 or 3 weeks. Completely. Listen, Frankie, I think Joe Biden is cheating because he's saving his energy. Campaigning is very rigorous. It takes a lot of endurance. TV show one night, this city the next, raising money, and Joe Biden's sitting back. You're talking about a guy who goes to sleep on the way home to Delaware in a private car every night when he's in Congress or whatever he's doing in D.C. And, it's not fair to the other candidates who are now knocking themselves out. And here's Joe Biden saving his energy, what little he has. Did you see him falling asleep behind the Pope?
Unbelievable.
Blinking and leaning. I'll say goodnight and listen to your next caller, Frank. Thank you for letting me get in. We'll have another poem for you in a couple weeks.
You're the best, my brother. God bless you. 800-848-9222. Can we pump the Trump? Can we pump the Trump? We're going to pump the Trump.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's make America great again. Listen up. Donald Trump, all right?
You're fired.
Pump the Trump. Pump the Trump.
Woo!
Welcome to the boardroom.
Pump the Trump. Pump the
Get him, DT!
Pump the Trump.
You're fired.
Donald Trump, it is what it is. You can love him or hate him, but the game is all his. Critics say he's not presidential, but he's got the skills we all find essential. Cause man, our country's business is bruised and busted. Our currency's weak, these dudes can't be trusted. Our allies are mad, enemies locked and loaded. Don't be misinformed when it's your time for voting. Pump the Trump.
Welcome to the boardroom.
Pump the Trump.
We gotta pump the Trump tonight.
You're fired.
You gotta call 800-848-9222 and talk to 77 WABC's Love Me, Hate Me Kid from Brooklyn, Frankie Russo. I'm kicking to Joey in Toms River. What's poppin', Joey?
Hello, Frankie. How are you?
How you doing, my brother? You waited a long time for the call, man. God bless you.
That's all right. I'm just laying here in bed and listening to all the good people and all the topics that people are talking about. And it's some of them are making my blood pressure rise, but I learned how to deal with that in life. But what I got to say is that Donald Trump is, when he first came on the scene, he was like a novelty, I think, to the country. I think he's starting to wear out. For one reason, I don't think you go around calling Marco Rubio a clown. He's a U.S. senator, and to call people these names is, I think, beneath the title of trying to become...
Yeah, but my brother, in all due respect, Joe, just look at the Corker bill. 99 people voted, 99 United States senators voted the Corker bill, only one voted against it. And it enables Obama, it makes it easier for Obama to get this thing through the United States Congress, basically.
Yeah, well, the way I see it in this country right now...
So who do they
and it's
believe?
been going
They are
on for the
clowns,
last
aren't they?
150
No?
years. No, wait a second, though. We've got two parties in this country, possibly three, if you want to count the independents. The reason that we're having these parties as this country is all on purpose to confuse the culture.
Okay, I mean,
that's what it comes
there is a
down.
lot of, I do agree with you, there is a lot of this mismessaging or false messaging in order to...
And it's done on purpose.
Absolutely,
That's the whole
I agree
thing,
with
and
you.
people don't even understand that.
100% right. Wake up! You're right, my brother. You know what that reminds me? It reminds me of ISIS. Everybody goes ISIS. ISIS is in mainstream media. ISIS, and I'm not going to front. I know ISIS is a Sunni militia. It has influence. It is one of the most brutal terrorist, radical Islamist group out there. But they are not the global terror network that Iran is. Not even close.
Your first phone call, Petey, he hit it on the button. Back in 1916, when Woodrow Wilson was president,
right,
the four major bankers, J.P. Morgan, Rothschild, Rockefeller, and another guy, they all went to Jekyll Island, down off of the coast of South Carolina, and they wrote the bylaws for the Federal Reserve. The people of this country think that the Federal Reserve has everything to do with our government. It's got nothing to do with the United States government.
It's unfortunate.
Ever.
It's unfortunate, but
Okay,
it's a problem.
People
Absolutely.
don't understand this. We've been duped for the last 150 years.
So what do you think? What do you think about the economic situation right now as we speak?
I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, somebody's pulling strings here, whether it's the bankers, whether it's Jellen in there, or whoever is doing it. There's something that's going to come down that's going to not be good for the people of the country.
My brother, absolutely. I believe between now and October, this is the time where something's going to happen that's not going to be very nice for us, and we're going to pay the piper here. We're looking at $18 trillion according to the Treasury. They froze the debt. It's upwards of $18 trillion.
I'm on Social Security, Frankie. I just want to continue it until I take my last breath. I paid into it, and I look at my children. They're paying into it, and they're not going to have it. And that's what aggravates me, is that these young kids today are paying into Social Security, and they're not going to have it. Then why pay into it?
Wake up! My brother, great call. Thank you for the call. I mean, it's right on point, and... I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for the call. 800-848-9222. Joe from Jersey is right. I think that's Tom's River. 100% on point. 800-848-9222. I'm going to go to Donna in Long Island. What's poppin', Donna?
Hi, Frankie. How
you
are
doing?
you tonight?
I'm fine. How are you? I heard you're going to other. You're talking on other talk shows. I heard. That's what I heard.
Oh, you.
You're totally.
Don't worry, I'm
you
not
threw Frankie
kidding. You
Russo
talk to
the.
these people too.
You threw Frankie Russo to the curb. It's okay. I'm
Well,
a
I
big
can't
guy.
wait
I
for
got
you.
big shoulders. I'm all good.
I'm sorry. I was going to tell you a joke, but when you were talking about the Catholic Church and your beliefs and stuff, I had to really be honest with you about something. I actually, 3 weeks ago, went out and bought a cross.
Okay, God bless you.
And it's hanging in my room, and I've really devoted myself deeply spiritually.
Well, Donna,
my religion.
I think that's a beautiful thing because, quite frankly, what's coming down the pipeline, this crash is gonna test our faith in God, our faith in our nation, our faith in ourselves, our faith in our family.
What?
And God is the only way.
I was Roman Catholic. I've never been so strong as I am now.
Well, that's really cool, and God bless you. But I do believe that this is but for God's grace, I have belief, and God got me through when I lost my father 8 years ago, and my father
my
was in the
mom
hospital.
passed away a year ago too. You know.
Wow, my father was in the hospital. I know how you feel. My father was in the hospital for 10 months. He got into a bad car accident. He was paralyzed, and I was going there every day, and that was the most horrific day of my life, most horrific time in my life for 10 months. And he was a tough guy, my father. He was an amazing individual. And so, you know, if it wasn't for God, you know, God got me through that. My faith in God, God blessed me with faith in God. So, you know, that's where, you know, the God of Abraham, that's where my faith is. And, you know.
Yeah,
So,
it's like a lot of things that happened to me lately. I don't know, like, where I've been. Like, what just happened to me? And then all of a sudden I'll think of that proverb. Jesus just carried you through that. You know,
absolutely.
Jesus carries you through the hard times. You're not even aware of it.
Yeah, that's right. It's 100. That's right. The footprints. When it has, he said, "I carried you," and you just see the footprints, and you didn't realize that Christ carried you. That's a great one. That's a great one. I like that.
Yeah. Well, I also.
So, Donna, what's your joke?
To say about the joke?
Yeah, let me hear the joke.
Why are pirates called pirates?
Why are pirates called pirates?
Because they are.
You said this last week, Donna. Before I move to another call, you got to give me another one over here.
All right, I'll give you a very, very short story that.
No, I can't because I'm only got 15 left. I want to get everybody on the air.
All right. Well, one last thing. I'm going to start giving Russian tutoring lessons.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to open my people that I know. I want them to get their eyes open to the Russian language, and I want them to realize exactly what kind of people they are through the language.
Okay. I mean,
you know, my major in college, so I think I'm going to start exploring that avenue.
Sounds great, Donna. Thank you for the call.
Sure. You take care now. Thanks for everything and for the inspiration.
God bless you. Thank you. You too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. 800-848-9222. I'm under 15. I'm going to kick to Frank in Long Island. I'm going to get everybody on the air. It's my goal.
Frangie, thanks so much. Great show.
Thank you so much, my brother.
I want to ask if you get as frustrated as I do with what the politicians don't say. I'll give you two examples. They keep talking about the Hillary emails, and we know that there's criminal activity there. She should be indicted at some point. Mm-hmm. What they don't say is, what about the foundation? You talk about something that needs an FBI investigation, an IRS investigation. They're paying political operatives that work for them from that foundation. They're spending millions and millions on airplane flights. Yet all you hear them talk about the emails, we'll get to the bottom of it. Go into the foundation, you'll find the real crimes. The second thing...
Great point.
The second thing is Planned Parenthood. They keep talking about, we give them $500 million. We've got to cut off the $500 million. Why don't they bring up the point that Planned Parenthood contributes tens of millions of dollars to political campaigns? If you need our $500 million so bad, why are you spending our money to contribute to political campaigns? Why are they allowed to take money from us and then use our money against us to donate to politicians that they favor? Why? This is the kind of thing the Republicans, they have the power, they have the forces. They don't do it. Pass a law that says if you take money from the federal government, you have no right to donate to political campaigns because you, in effect, are using the taxpayers' money to control the outcome. Gabish, you understand?
Absolutely, my brother. I'm down. You're 100% right, and I believe that's one of the things the Pope should have been talking about this Planned Parenthood. It should have been the focus of his discussions. Unfortunately, it wasn't. He sounded just like it might have been might as well have been Barack Obama or one of the politicians from the United States Congress, because it's really
absolutely
right. I mean it's. I'm a Catholic Christian man. I have no problem with the Pope. He's certainly not John Paul II. And I'm very disappointed.
He's very interested in saving the immigrants, but...
I got no problem. I'm a humanitarian. We're all humanitarian. But we're Americans. We're going to take care of this nation. We have big problems.
Listen, the people that are leaving Syria and Turkey and all these countries, they don't want to do what the Europeans and the Americans did. We stayed and fought for our freedom.
Amen.
They just want to slide over the border and take advantage of the blood that was shed for the freedom that is in America and Europe. They don't want to countries.
Absolutely, my brother. Thank you for the call. Frankie from Long Island. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
800-848-9222. I'm almost 10 minutes to go. I'm going to go to Rick and Yonkers, baby. What's poppin', Rick?
Let's go Mets.
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
You called me up to say, I know you know I'm a big Yankee
I know I'm
fan.
sad,
That's what it is.
and your Yankees might fold.
Oh, my God. Here we go. They don't win for 8 years.
Yeah, I know that.
They traded Tom Seaver. They traded Nolan Ryan.
Way back. Come on.
They're telling me now that freaking Matt Harvey, the Groom,
man.
Thor, Matz is the second coming of John Madlack, Tom Seaver, Dwight Gooden, and Ron Darling.
I think we got the best pitching staff we ever had.
Oh my God! They can't even pitch. They can't even pitch a full season.
Look at the Yankees. They ain't got nobody.
What are you talking about?
They got nobody. Who they got?
Hey, bro, we got a nice
what's up,
team.
guy?
You know something? We got a nice team, my brother Rick.
I'm telling you.
Look at us,
We
shortstop.
might meet each other in the long run.
I don't know, man. You know, I don't know how far we're gonna go because I love Girardi. I think he's a good manager. I think sometimes he overmanages. I love his tenacity.
I think he challenges too much. I think
he overmanages. Drew should be our second baseman. He does this platoon at second. It drives me crazy. We got a studded short. Hetty's a nice third baseman. He has a throwing problem. We lost Teixeira. I love the rookie, the Birdman. We got mechanic catcher, nice catcher. I love A-Rod. That's my brother. I love our center field. We got a nice team.
I knew if I called you up, you would bring up the whole team.
We got Tanaka. We got a bad bullpen. We're a bad team.
No, it's not that bad.
Well, bad meaning great.
But Frank, can I tell you something?
You want a beer tonight, or you're going the other way on us?
I'm going the other way. The Mets.
So you're totally
take it
dry?
all. I really feel
You're
it.
going dry.
Frank, I love you.
You're in a good mood tonight, man.
Yeah, I am. I'm very.
Why is that?
Because the Mets won today.
They did.
And Washington lost, and they won.
My God,
one
you
game.
guys are freaking 8 games up.
Yeah, 8.5.
8.5. We're trying to keep our wild card. You call Frankie Russo at freaking 1:50 in the morning. I'm a Yankee fan.
The Mets are one. The magic number is 1.
Do you know you guys traded Tom Seaver?
I know that.
You know you guys traded Nolan Ryan?
I remember that, Frank.
You traded Nolan Ryan? You know you had Dwight Gooden, Ron Darling,
Nolan
Sid
Ryan,
Fernandez.
one of the best pitchers ever in baseball.
That's
in
right.
my opinion.
Absolutely. You had Dwight Gooden, Ron Darling, Sid Fernandez, Brett Saberhagen, and Frankie Viola.
Exactly.
Three or four former Cy Young Award winners and 2 runner-ups.
You got to not live in the past.
And
you
didn't win
one.
You won 1 World Series. You haven't won anything yet. You haven't played over 500 for the last 8
Look
years.
at Lucas Duda tonight. You got 2 home runs, 6 RBIs.
Who did this?
Come on.
Who did this?
Lucas Duda.
Oh man, what was he hitting? 200 for the last 6 weeks?
That's okay. He got hot. Remember, he got hot during a couple of months.
Dude, it's not
bad.
He
was so hot. He was knocking and runs all
Dude,
over the
it's not
place.
bad. But I like on the Mets tonight. He would look great in the Yankee uniform. Matt Harvey. I like Matt Harvey.
No, well, I like Matt Harvey. I love Matt Harvey. I think they're babying him though.
Yeah, but you know what I like too? Who I think could be the real stud. I think Thor, the Syndergaard. Wow. If he ever gets a secondary pitch like a break, like a changeup to go along with what else he's got, he could be nasty, bro.
Who?
Syndergaard.
Oh no, he played a beautiful game tonight. You know what kills me?
What's that?
He played the game, went to the 8th inning, and he gave up a home run. And he got mad, and he threw the ball on the ground. He got mad.
Oh, he pitched tonight?
Yeah, he pitched tonight. He only gave up 3 hits.
Wow, how many innings you go? 4? You went 4 or 5 innings?
There was only an inning to go, 1 inning.
He went. How many innings did he pitch?
5
5 innings?
Gave up 5 runs in the last of the 9th.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Well, how long did he go? 5 innings? How long did he pitch?
He pitched 8 innings, and he gave up 3
Did he really?
hits.
Wow, nice.
He gave up a home run. He threw the ball on the ground. He got mad, and the Masters took him out of the game.
Wow.
You know?
My brother,
What?
I got like 6 minutes left.
I know, but you're a baseball man.
I love baseball. I had to talk to you about it. I love baseball. I love sports.
I hope the Yankees make it and they meet the Mets at the end.
That would be amazing. And then 2000.
I would love that.
And then 2000 all over again. Yankees win in
No.
5.
Yankees win.
Yeah, tell him.
Yankees win.
Yeah.
No,
Yankees
you
win.
can do that.
Yankees win.
It's not coming back.
Johnny
How about
Sterling,
that one,
baby. Hey, Rick, thank you for the call, man.
Okay. You're not mad at me, are you, Frank? I changed the whole subject.
I am. I'm freaking mad. You call me up about the Mets? How could you do that? I'm a Yankee fan. Of course not. Never. You're the best.
I love you, Frank.
You're the best, my brother. God bless you.
Okay, bye.
800-848-9222. We're going to go to Bubba for a few minutes, and then I'm going to... Listen, if I don't get you guys, stay on the air. I only got 5 minutes. I'll talk to you offline. What's up, Bubba?
I still think we got a good field.
How you doing, Frankie?
Beautiful. I got 3 minutes for you, so... Because I want to get... I'm sorry.
No more crying game in the Washington, D.C. with the Republican leader, John Boehner.
Right? I'm telling you.
I tell you, he was like, I think I was going to get him some set of diapers.
I'm telling you, my brother.
I was going to burp him, too.
I'm telling you. Unbelievable. Where do we get this guy from?
I don't know, Frankie. He seems like he came from Central Casting. With his pink tie, his pink shirt.
Craziness. What do you think of the Pope?
The Pope? Well, he was in the Madison Square Garden. He was raising the roof, I guess.
I don't know what he was doing, man. But I'm not down with this Pope. In all due respect. I'm a Catholic Christian man. I'm not down with him.
A little liberal for your taste, Frank?
Yeah, too liberal, bro. Too liberal.
Well, what could you do, Speaking of liberals, my wife Hillary says hello to you.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Oh, I love that laugh, Frankie.
I know you do. That's why
it's like a laughter from the angels from heaven.
Oh, my God. I thought you were about to say the angels from hell. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's the fallen angel.
That's what I thought you were going to say. I thought I heard that. Go ahead, but anyway.
You might have heard right.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
But, Frankie, I tell you, I'm happier than a pig in slop to hear that Hillary Clinton's poll numbers have gone up.
Well, why am I not shocked? She's going to pull Obama. Obama didn't have the eligibility status, but they left him in there thinking that he wasn't going to win anyway. He didn't get enough. He didn't garner enough delegates. He did well, but he didn't garner enough delegates to get the nomination for the primary. So they gave him the candidacy to to Ted Kennedy's super delegate situation. So she's cornering the super delegates, and she's going to keep going. As long as she does well, she figures they're going to drop the charges on her.
I mean, come on, Frankie. Bernie Sanders, really? Bernie Sanders?
I'm not down with any of these people. I'm not down with Hillary. Hillary, to me, is not even the fact whether she broke the law or not. It's the fact that her judgment, her character, her trust is very, very poor. Her candidacy is a problem.
Well, Frankie, she's quite sexy.
I don't know about that.
My wife Hillary is sexy.
Bubba,
I love that laugh.
I got 2 minutes left, and I'm going to leave you on that note. How about that?
Keep that image in your head for the next week, Frankie.
Thank you for the call, Bubba.
God bless, Frankie.
Thank you. 800-848. 2 minutes left. Let's go to Curtis in Graham, North Carolina. People, stay on the line. You want to talk to Frankie Russo? I'm going to take your calls. I got 2 minutes left for the show. I'm sorry. What's up, Curtis?
Hey, well, I've got an argument with the Pope. I tell you what, though, if you're getting me and if I'm getting you from Graham, you might actually have about a third of the country covered.
Why is that?
And stretch that radius out to the west, that puts you clear over the lakes.
Amazing! Wow.
So anyway,
this is a flamethrower.
Well, actually, I tell you what, I'd rather go back to John Paul as well. Let's see, if he's going to argue, for example, about the environment, first of all, if we're about as clean a country as there is, the rest of the world's really going to have to just go to the American-type freedom that gives them the economic wherewithal to do all the cleaning that we do in America. So the rest of the world needs to come up to America's standard before they can say anything about America.
Absolutely, my brother. I'm down with you on that. We have to get back to our exceptionalism. Absolutely.
Now, the thing with religion and politics, in fact, if we look back at the framers, about half of the ones who framed the Constitution had seminary degrees. I mean, they brought their whole point was the biblical principles that Parliament had been violating, that they preached about for decades prior to the Declaration, and the 27 complaints of the Declaration actually came from those very biblical principles. Of course, one of those was the rhymey, sing-songy taxation without representation. But
absolutely, my brother. I want to thank you for the call. This is the Frankie Russo Show. You can't keep up with this. You can't. No way. I'll see you in the future.
Broadcasting from the Nouveau Fat Lost Studios. WPLJ HD3, New York. The legendary 77 WABC. New York, a Cumulus station. News now.
Painful experience, Boehner resigns. I'm Barbara Cusack. Pope Francis arrives in Philadelphia on Saturday following his whirlwind visit to New York. Governor Andrew Cuomo says he was moved by the experience.
In his presence,